All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through this session. As I told our group here live, we're going to start seated. If you have a long TheraBand, that will be helpful for our first portion. And then later on in the hour, we'll be utilizing a step stool if you have it for some step up practice. All right, have some water nearby so you can stay hydrated throughout. And let's go ahead and join me in the chair. You want to make a point to sit up nice and tall. We're going to start with some breathing exercises. So just keep your band handy, but we don't need it just yet. Come on to the edge of the chair so your feet can be flat. Draw your shoulders back and try to make sure you're sitting right up on your sit bone. Sometimes we'll sit back on our pelvis and that will leave our low back into more of a flexed position. So you want to have it nice and neutral. Belly draws in. And we're going to do our seated cat-cow breathing here. So hands are extended, arms are extended, hands are on the bottom of the thighs. As you exhale, keep the arms where they are. Roll your shoulders forward, bring your chin down towards your chest. And then as you inhale, slide your hands up your thighs to draw the shoulders back, lift your head so you're looking up to where the wall meets your ceiling. Do that about 3 or 4 more times. Exhale, slide the hands back down the thighs, chin to the chest. Inhale, roll those shoulders back and down, broad chest. Lift the head. Find where the ceiling meets the wall. Good. 3 more times. Blow the air out. Draw the air in as you sit tall, lifting through the chest. Good. Twice more. Gently exhale, rounding down. Gently inhale, lifting up. Beautiful. Final time. Think about pulling that belly button in towards the spine as you reach forward. And then sitting tall, just gently arching the back as you lift up. Very nice. Go ahead and release from there. Readjust yourself in the seat. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up the band. We're going to be doing a couple of rounds of this here. We go about 45 seconds. You're going to take your band, place it around 1 foot, and then look to have like an even grip on the band. We're going to do a supinated row. So what I mean by that is you can kind of wrap the band around or hold your handles depending upon the style that you have. And I want to have your hands, the palms are straight up towards the ceiling. Very good. So you're going to reach straight out, elbows extend, shoulders slightly reach forward. And then when you're ready, draw those elbows straight back behind. You can kind of extend the leg if you need to help create a little tension, reaching out. And then draw both arms together. And activating that mid back, reaching forward, and then squeeze back and in, pausing in that back position. Good. For the breathing, I like to breathe in as I reach forward, and then gently exhale as you draw the elbows back behind. Very nice. Pausing in that back position. Good. Couple more. Forward reach, backward draw. Beautiful. Last one. Reaching forward. As you pull it together, hold this back position for about 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and release. Great job. Go ahead and set your band down. We're going to be utilizing it once more before we get up. Come back to that edge of the chair so your feet are flat on the ground, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go our left elbow to the right knee. So sitting tall, best as able, you're going to bring them towards one another and then open. Bring that elbow back. Gently exhale as you draw it together. Inhale as you sit tall. Good. We're going to spend about 45 seconds practicing on one side. We're going to stretch in between, and then we'll do that other side. Good. And I'm kind of intentionally drawing that elbow back behind my torso. Open through that chest. Good job. Non-working arm is resting on the hip. Working our midline here. Working those hip flexors a little bit as we draw that knee up and in. And then practicing some brain exercises, crossing that midline of the body. Very good. Final 10 seconds. Gently exhale, up and close, lift and open, and 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Relax that left arm down, kind of shake it out for a second. We're going to do our seated toe touch in between sides. So sitting up, draw the belly in, hands on the thighs, and then just nice and gradual, slide the hands down, draw that chin into the chest, reaching for the ankles. And then you can breathe into your back here, just nice and smooth, gently inhale, gently exhale. Should feel a gradual stretch, but this should not be painful. Maybe one more breath. And then when you're ready, walk those hands up the legs. Come on back to that seated posture. Fantastic. All righty, we're gonna do that knee to elbow on the opposite side. So you're gonna draw your right elbow up and back, open through that chest, nice and strong. And then when you're ready, lifting your left leg up, pulling that knee towards that opposite elbow. Good. Gently exhale as you draw it together. As I lift the knee, I kind of lifted my foot and toes as well. Good. Coming as close as you can. And pay attention. Make sure you establish that open position. So it's a good opener. Drawing that elbow back behind, opening the chest. Super. Taking your time here. Close it down. Open up. Good. About another 10 seconds. Sit nice and tall every time you come back to the top. Beautiful. Final rep. Down, open, and take a rest. Good job. Those hip flexors are fired up a little bit. Go ahead and just kind of pat the thighs. Work your way down the legs. Good job. And then back up. You can just gently massage them a little bit. Use your hands on that muscle tissue. Get the blood flow to move through. Fantastic. All right, from here, sit up nice and tall. Before we go into that second round, we're going to give a little stretch for that low back. Draw the shoulders back. See if you can support the palms onto that low back. Very nice. Now here, as we sit nice and tall, we're going to just draw the belly in. So you kind of give a little bit more flexion towards that low back. And then now I'm going to rock the hips forward so I sit nice and tall. It's just very subtle here. Kind of draw the belly in just very gently. And then gently extend, lifting up. Shouldn't be painful, just get a little bit of movement through that low back. So again, draw the belly in, shoulders come a little bit forward. As you sit tall, lift the chest. Maybe one more time. Gently draw it back and in, feel your hips rock forward. And then as you sit tall, hips rock back. And go ahead and relax those arms. All right, fantastic. Back to the band, we'll go one more time through and then we'll make our way up to standing. All right, make sure you're sitting well, meaning sitting upright. Go ahead and take the band back around the foot. Come into a nice tall position. You can roll it around the wrist if you need to create a little bit more tension. Palms up, reaching out. When you're ready, draw both arms back together. Straight out. And exhale, squeezing those shoulders back. And then up to you, if you want it to be a little bit harder, you can just wrap the band around a little bit more, give a little bit more tension. I want it to be a moderate tension here to where you feel the resistance, but it doesn't feel like you couldn't do another rep. Good. Breathe in to reach forward. Exhale as you draw it back and in. We got about 20 seconds left. Reach forward, draw it back. Broad chest position here. We're really working to establish that nice tall posture, strength of that mid back. Final time. Reach it out, draw it in and hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. Excellent job. Set that band down. Continue to sit up nice and tall. We're back to round 2 of our left arm to the right knee. So shoulder draws back. When you're ready, sitting up tall, bring that elbow across, lift the knee. Very good. Establish that open position and then good control as you close. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. Don't just focus on the shoulder, but always focus on that spine as well. So as I come back to seated, sit as tall as you can out of those sit bones, those bones that rest on the seat of the chair. Good. Gently exhale and smoothly inhale. Excellent job. About 15 seconds left, a little less than. Close it down, open it up, and final time. Good control. Open and rest. Fantastic. We're going to go back to that seated toe touch. So in between sides, sitting up nice and tall. Draw the abdomen in, and then you control how far down do you want to reach, lowering the chin to the chest. Looking to establish a gentle stretch into that low back. Sometimes you might feel a little bit more in the mid back. Then use the air to try to expand the air through that lungs. We want to use as much of our airflow as we can. Send the air to the bottom of the lungs and the back of the lungs. One more time. Breathe in deep. Exhale, smooth. On next inhale, make your way back up to seated. So you lost. All right, great job. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to just finish out that knee to elbow, this time with your right arm. So right on the edge of your chair, draw that right arm up and back. And then when you're ready, left knee towards the right arm and sitting tall. Good. Gently exhale. Watch that posture. And smooth inhale. Trying to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Good control. Lifting the foot and toes, lifting the knee. Nice work. And then strong posture through the midline, trying to avoid those hips rocking forward. About 15 seconds left. Nice work. Exhale. Inhale as you open. One or two more. Awesome job. Final time. And rest. Great job. All right, if the water is nearby, feel free to take a drink before you stand up. Otherwise, let's make our way up, grab a drink, and meet me on the mat. All right, great job. As you come on up to standing, we're going to open up those hip flexors next. So we're going to stand nice and tall. Go ahead and take your left foot. We're going to come into a little bit of a stagger stance. You'll lower that left heel down. We're going to bring the left hand to the right shoulder and go ahead and grab onto the back side of that left arm. From here, our focus is the hips. So I stand up nice and tall. I want to shift that back hip forward, squeeze the glute, keep those eyes up. And now use your right hand to gently pull that left arm across, rotate your body and look over your right shoulder. Squeezing the glute of that trail leg. We're going to go into that twice more. So back to neutral. Going to rock that hip back. Chest up, rock the hip forward, squeeze that trail leg, and then gently rotate over towards your right side. Turn the head and neck. Good job. One more time. Back to neutral. Hip rocks back. Standing tall, hip rocks forward, and gently rotate. Breathe here, keeping those eyes up. Looking over that right shoulder. And release. Great job. If you have the space, little side step arm swing in between sides. I'm just going to let the dog outside, scratching at the door. Good job. All right, when you're ready, we're going to do that hip opener. Same thing, other side. So now you're going to step your right foot back, left foot forward. Make sure your feet are hip width apart and go ahead and relax down into the heel. Good job. Right arm comes over that left shoulder and left hand. So you can kind of grab the tricep or the back side of that right arm. Good. Lifting up. Shift the hips, squeeze the glute as much as you can on that trail leg, and then gently rotate, looking over the left shoulder. Smooth breathing. Rotate out of it. Twice more. Hip rocks back, lifting up, hip rocks forward, and then turning over to your left side. Turn the head and neck. Trying to squeeze the glute. Good job. Final time. Rotate away. Rock the hip back. Rock it forward. Chest up, and then gently pivot. Turning the head and neck, looking over that shoulder. Very nice. Go ahead and unwind from there, and then back to our side step arm swing. Great job. Opening the chest here as you swing the arms, stepping side to side. So as I swing back, palms rotate forward. Set those shoulders in a good position. All right, friends, we're getting ready for some squatting practice. And we'll work some cross crawl. We're also going to be doing some bent over rows. So some more work on that mid back strength. Before we jump into that, we're going to try to stretch out those quads a bit. This is our more challenging stretch. So balance yourself somewhere and do the best you can. We're going to look to lift up on one side, and we're trying to grab that opposite foot. Very nice. Really key here. Keep a soft bend in that support leg. Very nice. Whether you can do this stretch or whether you can practice this stretch, this is a great one to practice on the daily basis. If you're feeling a little bit stiff in the knees or stiff in your hips, think quads. Can I stretch my quads? All right, if you're holding on to that foot, 2, 1, go ahead and release. And same thing, opposite side. So make sure you're standing up nice and tall and grab that other foot. Good job. And keep the hips as level as you can. This also could be done on the floor, on your bed. You can use a towel or some kind of band to wrap around and look to grab your foot, help pull your foot towards your hip. 2, 1, and set it down from there. Great work. We're going to do our inner thigh stretch next. So you can still use your support area. Walk your feet nice and wide. And now with my arms nice and straight, I'm going to have a soft bend in my knees and think about doing a little side lunge, kind of shifting your body to one side, pushing that knee out. Very good. You'll come back to center. Same thing other way. Really key here. Keep your feet planted and don't let that knee dive in. Very nice. We're going to go 2 to 3 times each way, just depending upon your comfort level. Eyes look straight ahead. Chest stays tall. We're going to get a nice little stretch in that inner thigh on the side that you're leaning away from. Excellent job. Switch sides if you haven't. And then up to you if you want to go one more time each way. Knees push wide, chest stays tall. Very good. And last time, second side. Good. When you do finish, start to walk your feet back up and in. Nice work. All right, we're going to go into our squat practice next. Feel free to grab another drink if it's convenient. Now, depending upon your confidence with the squat, if you don't want to hold on with your upper body, then just reach your arms straight out. We're going to be doing this 3 times through. This is the main piece of our training today. So slight toe out. That just means about 5 to 10 degrees. You can imagine if there was a clock pinned on the ground, I'd have my toes pointed about 1 and 11 o'clock. And then when you're ready, you're going to keep your chest tall, drive your knees wide, and look to lower your hips down. Good. Heels stay planted, knees stay pushing out, and then think about pushing your feet straight into the ground to come up to standing. Very nice. Either holding on with your arms or reaching out with your arms, sinking back, standing smooth. Awesome job. Coming up on 30 seconds, we're going to spend a full minute practicing this here. You can do as little or as much as you want during that time. But our main areas of focus is our range of motion. We want to keep those joints moving through that full range. Good. Ideally lowering our hips below the level of a chair if we can. About hips level or just below the knees. Beautiful job. I mean, 1 or 2 more. Eyes up, chest up. Grip those toes down. And then think about pushing your feet into the floor as you stand. Very good. Final one if you'd like. Sinking back, standing tall, and take a pause. Alrighty. If you're tired today, I've done a lot of walking, you can take a break here, or we're going to practice some cross crawl work here. So standing up nice and tall, where are we going to start? Hand across the body to the opposite leg. You can keep the leg on the ground and just reach across, or you can practice a little bit of balance work where you pick that leg up, stay a little bit taller, and bring the arm across. So just kind of determine based upon how you're feeling today, where your energy is, where your stability and balance is. Very good. A couple more times here, and then we're going to go into a march and punch. So go ahead and balance out on each side. We'll bring those arms to the side, walk the feet in just a little bit. And then when you're ready, you're going to try to lift the knee and punch the opposite arm. See if you can time it with the exhale. Breathe in to draw the hands back. Exhale as you punch across. Good. Just 10 more seconds. Very nice. And final time. And rest. All right, great work. Coming into our bent over row position next. So if you have some weights that you can use, bring those into the area. We're going to start on your non-dominant arm. So typically that's the left hand for most. That's what I'm going to guide you through. When you support through the right hand, spread the fingers as wide as you can. Nice long spine here as you support that low back. All right, when you're ready, left hand's going to reach forward and then draw that elbow straight up towards the ceiling. Yeah, we're reaching down and in and draw that elbow up and back. Very nice. Breathe in as you reach forward. Exhale as you draw it up and back. Very good. We're looking straight down at the hand that's supporting the body. Good. Breathe in to reach. Exhale on that row. This is our first of 3 rounds. Nice work. Couple more. Very good. There's our 30 seconds. We're going to stand up in between sides and just give a little relief to that low back. Soft bend the knees and just kind of use your arms to just guide a little bit of rotation side to side. See what feels natural to you. Kind of loosening up that low back. Very good. All right, when you're ready, we'll make our way back down. We've got about 15 seconds till we start on the opposite arm. Same thing with that bent over row. So wide handprint. Watch that we're not extending the low back. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Make sure you keep that low back nice and flat. Then when you're ready, here we go. Pull that elbow straight up. Allow that shoulder to shift forward just a little bit, like you're reaching for the ground. And then think about drawing that shoulder blade back and in, or retracting it back and in towards the spine. Good. Breathe in as you reach forward, and then gently exhale as you pull that elbow nice and high. Excellent. Forward reach, upright row, down, up. Final time. Forward reach, nice high pull, and take a rest. Nice work. Grab a drink of water, meet me in the chair. We're going to do a short stretch, and then we'll be back for our squats. All right, we're going to loosen up our hips a little bit in between sets. So sit nice and tall. We're going to do our glute stretch first. Interlace the hands in front of the shin. Draw the shoulders back, and then we're going to try to cross that leg over the opposite knee. Readjust your hands, and now pull the leg like you're trying to bring it towards your opposite chest. So if you're on your left leg, pulling that knee towards your right chest or right shoulder. Breathe here. And when you're ready, same thing, other side. Set that leg down. Ensure you're still seated nice and tall, and then same thing, other side. Interlace the hands, draw the shoulders back, cross that foot over, and then hug that leg up and in. Great job here. Just get a gentle stretch on the outer part of the hip. One more breath, and go ahead and release. All right. Coming back up for round 2 of squats. I'm not going to use any weight here, but if somebody wants, you could hold a little bit of weight underneath your chin. Otherwise, we'll just work on that range of motion. I'm going to still demo with the chair. Got a minute to practice, and just think about it as practice. You're practicing moving your body in ways you don't normally. Walk those feet out, slight toe out. And when you're ready, chest up, eyes up, pushing those knees wide. It's like we're over in Asia. People hang out in squats all the time there. I remember during the 2008 Olympics, you had articles where like American tourists were talking about how weird they found the bus stops where there weren't benches to sit on. People were just hanging out in squats. So when we practice this range of motion, we can maintain what the little kids can do. If you watch small children play, they'll just hang out in a squat and play with blocks. And then we send them to school and they sit in their chairs and they unfortunately don't look quite as smooth as squat the older they get. But we're working against all that here. Staying strong. Very good. That's 45 seconds in. We got about 15 seconds left. Rest anytime you need. Otherwise, ladies are looking great. Eyes up, chest tall. Push those knees wide as you lower down. And then make sure they stay out as you push up. Good. Finish that rep and take a rest. Nice job. We're back to our cross crawl practice. We're going to start with the march and punch this time. So we're going to start where we finished last time. Walk the feet in. Going to bring the arms up to the side. And this is a great spot if you want to take a rest here. Instead of working, you can. Otherwise, as you punch across, try to lift the knee of the opposite leg. Doesn't have to be a high lift. Kind of meet yourself where you're comfortable. Good. Practice keeping those eyes up. So eyes up, stand a little bit taller if you can, Shirley. There you go. Good. Try to punch that arm right about the height of the shoulder. Nice. Good. Giving me a little love punch here. Like, all right, Shauna, enough of this. Maybe one more on each side. Smile as you punch. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. And then about 20 seconds, we'll work some windmills. So walk the feet out, midline nice and strong, arms to the side. And then with that soft bend in the knees, you're going to hinge over and reach to the opposite leg. Very good. Just get about 3 times on each side, alternating sides. You can reach just a little bit lower as you're comfortable to do so with each rep. Maybe below the knee. Last time on each. Over and up. Good job. Long spine as you bow forward, standing tall. Alrighty. Awesome work. We're coming back to our bent over row in 20 seconds. You'll be on your non-dominant arm. I'll make the assumption it's your left. Alrighty. So grab your dumbbell if you have it. Walk the feet back. Rock those hips back so you're nice and neutral. And when you're ready, here we go. Reaching that weight forward, drawing that elbow straight up and in. Good. Think long neck here. So I want to keep that shoulder down out of the ear. And I'm trying to pull that shoulder blade in towards the spine. Good. Working on some of our most fundamental exercises here today. Squatting, that range of motion through the hips. And then that upper body row, setting those shoulder blades. Trying to strengthen our body against the postures of our everyday life. Good. Final 10 seconds. Reaching down, drawing high. And 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Good job. Coming up in between sides. Just our gentle rotation side to side. Good. You can also do a little bit of like a side reach, reaching up, reaching across. Sometimes that feels like it gives more relief than the rotation. All that tissue and the fascia that overlaps the muscles of the low back kind of feeds into the muscles on the side of the body. So it's really great when you're feeling stiff in your low back. Don't just do a toe touch, but also do some side stretches and some hip flexor openers. All right, friends, let's finish out that bent over row for round 2. Making your way onto that right arm. Wide handprint on the left. And 2, 1, here we go. Elbow nice and high. Breathe in as you reach forward. Exhale as you draw it up and in. We went a little long on that last interval, so I'm going to give us the same amount on this side. It's about 45 seconds. As always, if you need a break before we hit that time period, just give yourself that break. Listen to the body. Awesome job. There's 30 seconds if you do want to rest at 30. Otherwise, we'll go another 15 just on this round. Balance out my oversight. Good. 5 seconds left. 1 or 2 more. High elbow. Squeezing that shoulder in. And 2, 1. Take that rest. Awesome work. Come on up. Take a drink. And then maybe back in the chair. We're going to do our figure 4 stretch from seated before we move into our final round. All right, so an extension of that glute stretch from last round. We'll go back to the left leg. This time we're going to see if we can get that foot to come above the right knee. Sitting tall, invite that left knee to lower down. You can gently place the hand there. And then just breathe. Sitting tall, draw the chin in as well. Great time to close your eyes and just feel your body move through 3 cycles of breathing. As you breathe in, feel the lungs expand. As you breathe out, feel the body kind of relax down. Breathe in and expand. Exhale any stress or tension. 1 more breath. Good. On that next inhale, bring that knee up and down. Same thing, opposite side. So sitting tall. Draw that leg up and in. See if you can get that foot above the opposite knee. And you can gently place the hand on the same side knee. All right, we're going to hold about 30 seconds here. Draw the shoulders back, draw the chin in. Nice light breathing. Good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 1 more time. Very nice. When you're ready, go ahead and unwind from that figure 4 and make your way back up. We're going to go one more round through, and then we'll have 2 rounds of our last circuit. Here we go. We'll start our final round of squats here in 15 seconds. You can either use your chair to support. If you're like, I don't know if I want to go that deep for this last round, you can also squat to your chair. So I'll go ahead and show that one. Standing up nice and tall, just a slight toe out. When you're ready, reach those arms out, drive the knees wide. If you are lowering to a chair, you want to look to sit as soft as possible. So we look not to plop, but just to lightly sit down. And then as you're standing up, watch the knees. They tend to dive in. So drive those knees out. Keep that chest up. Fantastic. Good. Controlling back and down, reaching back, sitting smooth, and then driving through that feet, standing tall. Beautiful. Just coming in to take a little bit closer look at everybody. Nice work. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. And up. We're well over 30 seconds in now. So up to you on how much more you want to go. We planned for upwards of a minute, but that is quite a amount of work. Nice job. 20 seconds left. Anytime you need a break, just take it. Otherwise, training those legs to be strong. Good. The better you can squat, also the easier to get on and off the ground. Final rep if you're with me in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. All right, coming back to our cross crawl practice. So up to you on which version you want to do. You can keep the feet on the ground, that windmill style, or you can come up onto one leg and reaching across. So when you're ready, we'll take a minute here, but we'll change it up. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can do that knee to elbow as we did seated, alternating sides. So up to you on where your comfort feels today. Good. Nice, smooth breathing. So either knee to elbow or windmill style. Yep. Make sure you really lift up through that mid body. Take good control. All right. As you finish that, then we'll finish the last 20 seconds with our march and punch. Okay, sounds great. Hey, Moose. Eyes up, arms up. There you go. Good job, crew. Final 10 seconds. Lift the knees, lift the foot. And 2, 1, and rest. Whew. All right, that's not the end of that round. We've got our bent over row. So it'll be the end of this circuit here. We'll do bent over row on one side, a little bit of relief for the low back, and then bent over row on the other. Go ahead and come on into position. Midline nice and neutral. Non-dominant arm first. 2, 1, here we go. I'll keep you to 30 seconds this time. Elbow high, reach it forward. Good. If you feel like maybe I could have a little heavier weight for this exercise, then add a little bit longer pause at the top. So that isometric hold, squeezing that shoulder blade in, holding strong in that top position, and then reach forward. So as you slow down the tempo of the reps, it's going to increase the difficulty of the movement. It's kind of a way to make up for not having a wide range of weights. Good. Final time. Reach down, draw it up and in. 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Go ahead and come off the hands. We'll do that gentle side stretch in between sides where you reach the hand to the opposite leg, reach the other arm over the head. Nice. About 3 to 5 times each way here. A little bit of cross crawl work at the same time as you reach across that midline. Beautiful. Allow that body to just bend a little bit to the side. So you're going to bend towards the side that your top arm is reaching towards, away from the arm that's reaching across the head. All right, maybe one more each way. Feels good. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll come last time to that bent over row, now in your dominant arm. As always, neutral midline, set the feet, ready, and begin. Reaching forward, still maintaining that nice long neck position. So don't let that shoulder start to sneak up into your ear, keeping it down. Good. Breathe in as you reach forward. Exhale as you draw it up and in. Beautiful. We're just over halfway. Remember to add that longer hold at the top if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, but don't have the heavier weights to challenge in that capacity. Good. Final rep here. Hold it in 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Great job. Set that weight down, grab a drink. Feel free to take a seat if you'd like. We're going to do one more seated toe touch, or you could also do your toe touch from standing if you prefer. And then we're going to go into our final circuit. It'll be 2 rounds. We're going to work on some bending patterns as well as our step ups and some stretching. So sitting on the edge of the chair, up nice and tall, hands on the legs, or you can also do this standing as I mentioned, hands on the thighs, and just slide on down to the toes, keeping that soft bend in the knees. And then use your own intuition to see how long you feel comfortable in this stretch. I don't hold you here too long. But if you're like, I think I need to come out of it, then please listen to that little voice. Sometimes that voice in the head can be very helpful. When you're ready, if you're not already, come on back to the top. Very good. All right, if you need a break or only want to do the stretching portions, then feel free to stay seated if you'd like. Otherwise, as you come up to standing, we're going to start with practicing our good mornings or some hinging work, and you're going to want to have your step stool around. All right, so just 2 rounds here. I'll hold a little bit of weight on the second round, but I'm just going to show it without weight today. Cross the arms over the shoulders, soft bend those knees. Now we're practicing not squatting, but hinging. So like a door hinge, we want to keep our chest up, send those hips back, draw the chin in, soft bend in the knees. Very good. You push through the feet, squeeze the glutes, standing straight up at the top. Trying to maintain that soft bend in the knees. Draw that belly in. Feel your abdomen engage as you bow forward. That's what's going to support the spine. And then standing up nice and tall. Great job. 1 or 2 more. Bowing down, chin pulls in. Squeeze the glutes as you stand tall. Very nice. And 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and take a rest. Shake out the arms. We're going to make our way to the step ups next, and it's going to be a full 1.5 minutes to practice this. I'm going to recommend that you're alternating legs throughout. So if you have somewhere that you can kind of support the upper body, make sure it's stable. And as we step up, using a chair, using a step stool, stair, if I didn't say stay chair, when you're ready, you're going to get as much as your foot onto that stool, drive down. You're going to look to open the hip on one leg, and then we come off on the same side. Switching legs on the floor, opposite leg steps up. Our 90 seconds starts now. Extend through that hip and then lower on down. So 2 main areas we're focused on here, that our hips stay square. Sometimes our hips will kick out as we stand up or lower down. And then also the knees. Those knees can be a big problem area as we're stepping up and down the stairs, trying to get in and out of cars. So if we use our big toe, kind of as our anchor spot, push down through that big toe, that's going to help kind of support the ankle, support the knee, all the way up the chain. Good job. I've talked through the first 30 plus seconds of this 1.5 minutes. So just keep your tempo moving. Trying to take note. What are your trouble areas? Where does your body want to kind of have a little bit of give from those good neutral patterns? Does your knee drop in as you look to stand up? Maybe as you lower down. Very good. 1 minute in, 30 seconds left. Hips staying level. Great job. Good extension, Shirley. Looking strong, Laura. Stand up nice and tall. Fantastic. Final 15 seconds. Say 1 or 2 more on each leg. Really key. Try to stand up as tall as you can on that one leg. Bring the other one to meet. And 3, 2, 1, and take a rest. All right, I'm going to keep you on your feet for this stretch this time. Either find a wall, or if you're using a chair or the back of the couch, it's going to be our kind of overhead stretch, even though it's not fully overhead. So I'm just going to extend my arms straight out. I'm going to walk my feet back, draw the belly in with that soft bend in the knees. I'm going to lower my head between my arms. And just look to stretch the mid back a little bit. I feel this immediately like in my lat area on the outside of my arms. You may also feel it like in the back of your legs a little bit into the low back. So you can hold this for about 30 seconds or so. The whole time I'm supporting through my midsection, drawing the belly in, and just trying to guide my heart a little bit closer to the floor without overarching the back. Good. Maybe one more breath. Breathe into the back, exhale, and then when you're ready, come on up, walk those feet back in. Nice work. Let's grab a short drink of water, and then we'll be back for the second of 2 rounds. So on round 1, we did that good morning, where it's just that top part of the hinge. If you would like to practice a little bit of weights here, you could either stay with that good morning and hold a weight in front of the chest, or you could practice a little bit of deadlifting, where I'm going to hold the weight right between my legs and still do that same hinging pattern. So I'll be demoing a deadlift here. Totally up to you. You don't have to use weight if you don't like. Otherwise, soft bend those knees, hips nice and level here. And then when you're ready, long spine, send the hips back, bowing forward. Good. And similar to our squats, you're going to push through your feet and then standing straight up. The idea here is to basically move through your hips while holding a neutral spine. Very good. I pin my shoulder blades back, so I'm using those muscles that we were building strength in on our seated rows and our bent over row. So I'm using those muscles to keep the shoulders back and down. Hold that weight close to the body. Fantastic. And then good control, hinging forward, reaching down, squeezing the glutes, squeeze the bum to stand tall. Good. Final 10 seconds. Nice and controlled, bowing forward. Squeeze that booty as you stand up. And then when you're ready, set that weight down and make sure you practice those same mechanics when you set that weight back down on the floor, wherever you're going to store it. Great job. All right, about 20 seconds, we'll come back to our final round of step-ups. Almost done. It's our last exercise before our final cool down stretch. All right, if you're able to join us, back to our step-ups, full foot on the box, chest tall, 2, 1, here we go, 1.5 minutes. So working a little bit more stamina. Nice job. Alternating legs. Chest up, eyes up. Beautiful. Switching sides. Sometimes the step or the stool is not wide enough to get your whole foot up there. So if you can't push your heel into the step, just focus on that kind of mid-foot and the ball of the foot. Drive that down. Open up. Good. If you can get your heel down, you'll get to activate a little bit more the back side of your thigh. So when we can push through our heel, we use a bit more hamstring. Awesome job. We're coming up on our halfway point. We're almost 45 seconds done. Nice job. Good. One foot and then the other. Open it up. Set it down. Woo. Beautiful. Just keeping that strength in the legs. Learning that alignment of the hips and the knees. Less than 30 seconds. Working that endurance. If you have a staircase in your house as well, you can always practice climbing stairs. Just going up and down the stairs, maybe like 5 minutes a day, maybe 2 minutes a day. Doesn't have to be a lot. All those little things add up to help us to be stronger over time. And 2, 1, and take a break. Nice work. All right, let's grab a drink. I like to keep you standing for one more stretch, and then we'll take a seat. All right. So the standing stretch we're going to do is going to be similar to what we did with that hinging motion, but now we're going to kind of isolate one hamstring at a time. So feet about hip width apart, midline neutral. You can balance if you need. Let's take your left foot. You're going to set the heel down, lift the toes up, extend that knee straight out. Then with a soft bend in your right leg, you can cross the arms over the chest if you're comfortable. And then we're leaning forward as you draw the toes back towards you. Yes. So it's pull the toes towards you, lean forward. Good. Really key that that right foot is just, the right leg is slightly bent in that knee. Good. Sometimes you'll feel on the hamstring on this side. I'm feeling it in the back of my calf. Drawing those toes back. Good job. As you finish that one, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Switching sides. Soft bend the knee. Extend your right leg out this time. Heel down, toes up. And then when you're ready, long spine as you send the hips back. Gently bow forward. Push through that left foot to stand up. About 3 to 5 times here. Bowing down. Chin pulls towards the chest. Toes pull towards the face. Very good. A little bit of like a hamstring floss. Kind of keeping that sciatic nerve moving in the back of the leg. 1 or 2 more. Also gets us to practice that hinging pattern. Sometimes we lose the ability to send those hips back. Very nice. Come on up from that. Walk the feet in and then meet me in the chair. All right. Nice work. We're going to do our seated spinal rotations. So as you come onto your chair, as always, sit right up on those sit bones, feet planted nice and strong. We'll take your left hand, grab onto that right thigh, option to cross that leg over. And now as you sit tall, pull the end of that thigh to give that nice rotation. You can take the right hand to the right shoulder, and at the same time that you're twisting, just give some gentle backward circles, circling that arm around. We're going to go 3 breaths here. As we breathe in, think about how tall can I be and how long through the spine. As you breathe out, try to hold that length and just see if your head wants to rotate slightly more. Good. Twice more. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, rotate. And rest. Good job. In between sides, we're going to repeat where we started with that seated cat-cow. So hands on the bottom of the thighs. Draw the chin in. You're going to exhale, rotate and round forward. Not rotate, but just round yourself forward. Inhale, gently lift. Remember to lift your head, turn your gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale, sitting tall. Good. 2 more. Fantastic. And last time. Keep that movement going. All right. And then we'll even it out on the other side. Now we'll take the right hand to your left thigh. Option to cross that leg up and over. Sit as tall as you can. You bring the left hand to the left shoulder. Pulling into the thigh to encourage some spinal rotation. And then gently rotate. Elbow up and back and down. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Lengthen on that inhale. Gently rotate on the exhale. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Nice work. All right, friends, head and neck to finish. So sitting up nice and tall. Think about lengthening through the neck, like I'm lifting my ear up towards the ceiling as I lower my ear towards the opposite shoulder. Good. Back to neutral. Same thing, other side. Lengthening, thinking ear towards the ceiling. Good. Back to neutral. Once more each way. Chin in. Lengthen. So if you're bending your head towards your left side, think about gently rotating your chin towards the right, and then try to look over your right shoulder with your eyes, like I'm trying to check the right corner of my room. Good. Gently unwind out of that. Same thing, other side. Chin draws in. I'm trying to lift my left ear towards the ceiling, lowering my head to the right. And then ever so gently lift your chin towards your left. Turn the eyes like you're trying to look in the cobwebs, if you have any, in the far corner of the left side of the room. All righty, and then back to neutral. And then gently circle the head around from there. Chin down towards the chest, head up and back. Good job. 2 to 3 times in that orientation. And then when you're ready, let's take it back and around the other way. Nice and smooth. Final time. All right, and then we'll do our final 3 breaths together. Raising our shoulders up, kind of activating those traps on that inhale, and then lowering them down on that exhale. Good job. Twice more. Breathe in, raise them up. Exhale, pull them down. Last one. In, raise up, and then let all that stress go. Be present. Enjoy the moments. And thank you. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.